Hello everyone. So, this is going to be the third video of building the Independent. Now, I'm actually recording this at 3:48 Wednesday morning. Can't sleep. And I'm going to be busy this weekend, so I thought that I could go ahead and record the video so I can have it scheduled. Because I'm going to get my truck so it can get fixed. So I'm probably going to be busy working on it all weekend. So I won't really have time to record a video then. So I thought, why not just do it now? So, yeah. My rabbit keeps begging for attention. Which she has literally never done before. She nibbles on my fingers, scratches my hand, and shoves her nose up under my hand for me to pet her. She's weird. Just like me. Okay, so, now we've actually loaded into the world. I'm going to delete this. Okay, so in the last video we actually finished the crew quarters, finished most of the drone bay, if not all. Started working on the engineering section, which is good. So, now we get to do the engineering section. I'm thinking the building the Eternal Industry Fleet videos, they are probably going to be about an hour long each on average. Because, I mean, it's kind of difficult to start building a very large, medium-sized-ish ship in 30-minute intervals. And considering I'm doing an entire fleet, yeah, I'm gonna want a little more time between breaks. Because this is actually something that I have more or less been working on for a few days, and that was just to get a list of ideas down. Pretty sure I already showed you guys the spy. Okay, but in case any of you haven't seen it, this is the list for the ships that I have planned already. Snowflake, what are you doing? But the one I'm building now is the Independent. Next, I'm probably going to work on the tower. Or at least start work on the tower. And then the spire, since it is going to be a version of the tower. I still do not have a name for the transport ship. So if any of you guys want to think of a name for me, And I will, I suppose, pick one. But anyway, this is what we've got the Independent so far. Now, I have already done some detailing, which I probably shouldn't have went ahead and done, but detailing's gonna be a lot in the last video, along with actually going in and laying out the interior, along with programming the, or not programming, but setting up the airlocks, and actually, yeah, scripts to manage the inventory and all that. So, what we are going to do now is I guess actually hook the conveyor system up completely. I didn't have it mirrored. Okay. So, now what we're gonna do, there's a bit of an FPS drop. Snowflake, you're not jumping in my chair. I said no. Okay. Now, here is maybe where there's going to be storage. I should probably cut my lights on. There's going to be storage on either side right here. Two large cargo containers. I'm thinking a refinery here, an assembler over here, and then, well, I'm not sure actually. I mean, we'll definitely need cargo space because a few small storage a few small cargo containers for what is supposed to be a command ship wouldn't really cut it. You'd want at least one large cargo container. So that's what we're gonna have here. I'm thinking so we don't actually want to have it here because we want a little more room in this little area here. But I do actually want it to line up with that block there. So I'm thinking here would be about good. I mean, you can walk all the way around it. Yeah. So what we'll need to do next is go and actually hook it up to the system. There, now they're both hooked up. And so next would be, I guess, a refinery. And that will be over here. Actually, I could put both at a refinery and an assembler over here. And then say batteries for backup power here. I mean, it's not exactly gonna be the prettiest ship, but it's gonna be able to do what it's meant for, which is mainly commanding the ships under its command. Yeah. Now, I don't actually want it to have just the flight seat for control. I'm thinking, actually, yeah, if I were to move these back. I'm thinking if I were to move the large cargo containers back a little, we could have a little command section here with, say, 6 or 8 control panels, or not control panels, but I forgot what they're called. It's one of the seats. Control station. Control station. And yeah, I'm liking that idea. But so in order to do that, how many blocks wide is this? 5. That's okay. So we'll have cargo. Actually, I'd need to have that at least in the middle, because we're gonna have cargo containers, well, at least small cargo containers or connectors right here. Do I want small cargo containers or connectors? And the thing is, I'm also gonna try and make all my ships easy to build in, say, with, say, a projector, because each of these ships are going to need to be able to be mass produced, because of what the entire idea is to create a fleet for Eternal Industries. And the game kind of froze for a second. So now I'm not sure if I should go with control stations or flight seats. I mean, control stations, yeah, but I know both can actually control the ship, so I'd have to go through and put deselect control thrusters under the control panel. You know what? Yeah. I mean, either one would be good, really. I'm just not sure which one I'd rather have. I guess control stations. Like that. And then Okay. Okay, that works out perfectly. Oh, wrong ones. Oh. See, that looks okay. Kind of, yeah. Gonna have your little walking areas for it. And then I'm not sure if I should have a door right there or like kind of separate these two areas, like wall off right here, mirrored on the other side. Have one for cargo, one for production. Like refineries on this side, cargo containers on this side. Or cargo containers and refinery and assembler on this side, batteries on this side. I'm not sure. You know what? Yeah. Yeah. Normal door, yeah. Actually, I'm not sure if a sliding door would look better or a normal door. I don't know. About like this. Looks good. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cozy. And then yeah. Yeah. Something like this. Okay. I'm kind of liking this. And actually, I just thought about it. This would be the perfect place for a gravity generator. I'd actually have. No. Where's the middle? About right there, I think. So where's that at? Okay, it's directly above it. Yeah. 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 That looks okay. And now I'm gonna need somewhere to put an antenna on it. And I have no idea where I might put an antenna on it. I guess. Could do a laser antenna too. Okay, first of all, I need to see what the model's actually like. So, no. Could do it on the top. Look a little better. Do it kind of like... Oh yeah, I already deleted the blueprint. My bad. Okay. I'm pretty sure I did another ship, the antenna on another ship like this. And this is probably going to kill some people. It's going to make it asymmetrical, but, you know, I don't really mind that it's not. Because, I mean, a lot of ships look very good asymmetrical. It just bothers me that it doesn't come out as much now. I mean, like, right here would have been really good, but it wouldn't have looked as smooth. I mean, I guess if I had deleted these 4 blocks, then I could have maybe put it there. Could I have, actually? Yeah, I can. You know, I will do that. That actually looks really good. My question is, does it mess with the inside of the ship at all? Nope. Good. Wait, I can just go out right here. Because I just noticed something. When did I delete this block? I don't know. So that looks pretty good. And now, I'm wanting to go ahead and tune the gravity range. Which one is it? It's this one. Let's go ahead and name it. There we go. So, now... Oh, and is it really going, like, just long enough? Oh, it is! It's just long enough! Oh, I measured that out perfectly, and I didn't even mean to. It is just long enough. Wow. It's like right here, split down the middle of this window. Oh, wow. That's amazing. Holy crap. Although I can't really go much longer here. So this will be about the end of the ship. But wow. That's... I was not expecting that to work out that perfectly. I don't have mirroring on. I don't think I've ever had anything work out that well. That is insane. I don't even see how I actually knew that that exact block would be about the middle of the ship. So, I mean, it does at least give me some room. Well, not much actually. Really just one block for the end of the ship. Yeah, it just gives me one extra block. Wow. That's... Oh. I need to change the height a little bit. If I could have went a couple blocks lower, it would be fine. But really I couldn't, because of where I have it. So maybe if I had it a couple blocks lower, it would be right here. Actually, could I do that? I'd have to have either a passage block or a upside down catwalk block, but I could do that. I could. What are you doing, Snowflake? And that would work the height issue out perfectly too. Because what is it at right now? Field height is at 31, depth is 150, width is 62. So, Snowflake, why are you scratching? Do you really want that attention that badly that you're about to jump in my lap? Fine. So... Wait a minute, what is it? 62, 31, 150. That's width, height, and depth. Sixty-one, 31, 62, 31, 150. Sixty-two, 31, 150. Width, height, and depth. $31. There, that way I can actually remember it. Just in case I forget. Or want to tweak it later. So I'm not sure whether I should go with an upside down catwalk block or a passage block. I've had a few issues with the emissives on passage blocks turning purple for some weird reason. I guess an upside down catwalk block. Again, this is why I wish there were compound blocks in the game, because then I could have two side steel catwalks on top of each other. Like, I mean, really it would work, because they only take up half a block. But no. I'm actually curious. Okay, just how low would I have to go? It is here, so move it down 2 blocks would bring it to here. So yeah, that would work perfectly. Width was 62, height was 31, and the depth was just 150. Okay. Alright. So that should work out perfectly. Actually, I would need to show it on the HUD. Yeah, it works perfectly. It's right at the bottom of this block. And it's still tall enough to add maybe a small observation deck on top, or a landing pad on top. Although I'm actually not sure if I want to do that. I mean, I could definitely put connectors right here on the sides. But the thing is, I do know that I don't want to use pistons unless I have to. I mean, sure, they'll fix them. Keen will fix them eventually, but for now, I don't want to use pistons in any of my builds, or rotors, if I can manage to avoid it, or at least until they fix it. Then I might actually put out builds that do have them, or modify existing builds to have them. Because it would be nice if I could actually have a connector on a piston, and it would extend out if needed to hook up to another ship. Because as it is, putting a connector right here would kind of limit the size of the ship that can dock to it. Plus, it would need a connector somewhere anyway. So they can, say, resupply with another ship. Like with, say, a resource transport, because it is running low on fuel. Just an example. So I can go ahead and cut that off. Now, too far. Now I don't actually like this as much, but it does solve the gravity field height problem. Because I don't want to have it have to go too high above the ship. But I don't like how it feels like it's like just really prominently displayed. It's really the best I can do here. Actually, and this will be a little difficult to do. Let's cut mirroring off, so I can do it without separating the gravity generator from the ship. There. Actually, yeah, I don't really like that either. I'm just gonna get rid of all these catwalks in here. I did not mean to delete these blocks though. Now I don't like that as much. And I'd have to get rid of the gravity generator in order to change it. Ah, screw it. It was, I want to say 62-31. Yeah, it was. Pretty sure. Okay. It's still kind of prominently displayed, but I can work with that. Kinda. Right? Eh. Eh. I guess this works somewhat. Actually, no, it doesn't at all. So I still have to put lights in here eventually. So yeah, this doesn't really work. Ah, dang. I could just delete that and put a corner light. Yeah, why not? I'll just do that. So it's actually looking pretty decent so far. You okay there, Snowflake? Oh. I think I chose the wrong time to record. Mike Tyson Mysteries is on. At least it's not Rick and Morty that's on, because if it was, I'd stop recording now. Seriously. That reminds me, anyone else ready for season 3 of Rick and Morty? I know I am. It's 4 days away. I can't wait. Anyway, back to the task at hand. I'm not entirely sure what I want to fill this space with. I might just end up cutting it off. Actually, yeah, I might just end up cutting it off. Okay, so I still need 3 things at least. Cargo container, refinery, assembler. Probably shouldn't have replaced the steel tubes on the hotbar. Or steel tubes, conveyor tubes. I still need those 3 things in somewhere in this ship. Because while it isn't really going to have its own specific role as the others do, like mining, transporting resources, fighting, stuff like that, I still want at least all of my large ships to be self-sufficient, as in they can produce resources if needed, as well as transport resources. Also, I'm not mirrored. If this is going to be the engineering section of the ship, the design such as the slanted corners aren't really going to be necessary, because you're not really going to come in here as much unless you need to fix something, really. So, I don't know why I just opened the hotbar menu back up then. Do I want to mirror it, though? No. 2 large cargo containers. Oh. Well. So now we hook those up. I don't know why I had to go outside of the ship for any of that. Just kind of did. So, now the ship has storage. I could have a lot more storage, but I don't know. Okay, now one good thing is, well, would be, if pistons worked right, I could actually have this area depressurized itself, maybe an airlock here, and then here to actually access the reactor room, because that's going to be in its own separate room. And there would be a hole, say either here or here. I would have a bunch of solar panels that could be pushed out on a piston. Actually, no. I could only do that if I'm not going to do the engine pods, and I am going to do the engine pods. Actually, I could have them like come out the top or the bottom.
But again, that's if pistons actually wanted to behave right. Because there have been so many issues with pistons in the past that I don't even want to touch them anymore. Rotors too. Sometimes. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. It depends on what you want to do with them. And whether or not you're in multiplayer, because that's a big issue. That's a big factor in how well they work. They've supposedly fixed it, but I don't know. Or at least they're supposed to be fixing it now. I don't actually know if they've released it in any of the recent major updates or not. Also waiting on those new power blocks. V8 engine and wind power. That's going to be a huge help on planets. Because then you'd have more power than just the sun. You'd have a way to sometimes power your base or ships at night. Actually, I doubt that would be available for ships, because if it was, that would be overpowered. If it's available... Actually, that would be overpowered anyway. Because you could... It depends on how they're going to actually do that. I don't know. But anyway... So we're going to have the refinery on this side. What did I just rotate it for? I'm kind of leaning on it being turned this way, because then you can actually access the upgrade modules yourself if you need to. I should actually turn it over like this. And then... There. So... Now, I'm planning on putting these ships up on the workshop when I'm done with them, or done building them at least. So, you'll actually be able to switch the modules out yourself if you want. I'm thinking 2 yield modules. Like I said, if y'all want, you can switch them out if you want whenever I actually upload it to the workshop. So... now an assembler. What are they doing?
Okay, they're just making idling noises. I'm just gonna have those off. Snowflake, did you quit that? I don't need holes in that. I'm pretty sure... Snowflake, what did I just say? You stubborn rabbit. Definitely just like me. Okay, but anyway... Snowflake? Really? You're being a butt. Normally I wouldn't have her out for recording, but she's quiet. Most rabbits are. Till they scream. That's something I never want to hear again. Okay, so now the ship would be self-sufficient. Really, well, self-sufficient as in it can actually produce parts to repair itself if needed. It can't exactly produce power, except for the reactor, which wouldn't really. It wouldn't be considered self-sufficient in terms of energy. It would still require. It would. Ow. Did you just bite me? Don't frickin' do that. I know you love attention, but still. Never bites me. Fine, I'll pet you. So, I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2 solar panels on the outside of the engine pods when I build those. Which might be now. I might start on them in this video and finish them in the next. So, go ahead and turn mirroring on. And I guess we will go ahead and do that. So, let's do it. Now, I'm not sure if I actually want the arms to actually be like this. They probably will stay like this. And now, if I'm actually going to do it like this, then I'm going to want to mirror it this way as well. There. Yeah. Five by 5. I'm thinking about like that. Yeah. Yeah. Looks okay, I guess. Could go. Actually, if I'm gonna do it like that, then I'd need to freeze right there. If I was gonna do it like that, I'd need to bring the arms out one more block. So I will do that. And like I said in the last video, any feedback or suggestions would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, I guess could do somewhat like that. Again, this game has started to freeze quite a bit. It's starting to get on my nerves. Now I actually do that. Now I can actually kind of change these to sloped. Yep. Falling apart. Oh, and there's the bottom too, I forgot. So, I'm thinking that this general shape for the engines would be pretty good. Right? Yeah. What's going to be most difficult? Well, no, because there's the outside. I'm thinking maybe small ion engines for strafing. And then if I could maybe fit... No, I can only fit... I'll only be able to fit one large ion thruster. Two if I... Two, really. Maybe. Really? I'm gonna be able to fit two in front and two in back? Now, thing is, I don't know quite how far I want them to come out. I'm thinking about like that would be good. And then about right here at the back. I'd still have to finish the rear of the hull itself. In order to figure that out. You know? Because I don't really want it to be shorter than the hull, but I don't want it to be too much longer. So I guess we can say we have the engine pod started at least. Yeah. They're at least started. So now really I just need to finish the back end of the hull, the engine pods, both of which I might most likely do in the next video. And then do detailing, which would either be in the next video or another. It may, depending on how long it takes to actually finish this. That being the engine pods and back end of the hull. So, yeah. This is actually looking pretty good for what it is so far. Right? I'm actually not ending the video here. I'm gonna go on a little bit longer. I can stop mirroring this side though. So, I'm thinking cut off for it be maybe about right here. No, because I don't want the drone bay to stick out. About right here, I guess. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So, at least it's not as hard as I thought it would be. Because I don't have much experience with building large ships like this. Because, and I know it won't really... It's not really gonna... I know it's not really gonna end up being top rated, but at least it'll be functional. And I'll actually be able to fit quite a few thrusters on it, so it should be pretty maneuverable for its size. Should end up being pretty maneuverable at least. Oh, that's right. Speaking of maneuvering, I need gyroscopes in here somewhere. I'm actually thinking this little wall right here would be a perfect place for them. I almost forgot entirely that I would need gyroscopes. Gyroscopes hum? When did gyroscopes ever make a noise? That's new. New to me. I've never noticed it. Okay, but anyway. What is it, Snowflake? What is it, baby girl? But anyway, it is actually looking good. But how well would it work with 15 gyroscopes? How well would it turn? Stop it! Chewing on my shirt. Chew on the cable to my headphones and you're gonna get slapped. Okay, it turns a little slowly. Could be worse. I mean, it's okay, I guess. Wouldn't hurt to add a few more. Maybe about another 5 somewhere. Oh yeah, that reminds me. Wrong one. There. I don't actually, yeah. I did have an idea about having a secondary flight seat, like deeper within the ship, but I don't think I'm actually gonna end up doing that. I don't think I am. Snowflake, you were just begging for attention. Okay, so next, now I have at least some ability to turn. Would be either finishing the rear of the hull or working on the engine pods. I'm arguing towards the rear of the hull. But I guess I'm gonna do that in the next video. So let's go ahead and get a screenshot of the ship so far. Go to the side that actually has the sun on it. Too far. There. Alright. I'm actually gonna go to options and change something because it really irritates me that it's trying to go into the developer debug system every single time I try and take a screenshot. Oh, it actually has its own screenshot button. I didn't know that. Is there actually a way to change how... No, there's not. F12 is just the debug screen. You can't change that. Okay. Except, should have probably taken the HUD off. So that should have taken a screenshot for it. Now I'm not actually sure where the in-game screenshots would be stored. But anyway, this is the Independent so far. So tomorrow is either going to be working on or finishing the rear of the hull and the engine pods. And it just saved. Good. So, yeah. I guess that would be about it for now. I will see you guys in the next video, which quite honestly will probably be either a War Thunder video if I can get it to upload, or the next part of, or finishing the Independent, hopefully. So, see ya.